Hi George. Did you have an issue on your last lap in Q3 at all? Was there any problem at all?
We tried something slightly different with the tyres to get a bit more performance and just underhit it. The tyres were too cold and they just weren't working, and it's really frustrating this weekend because it's been so up and down like a yo-yo. At one point we were the quickest in FP3, Q2 we were first and third, and then in Q1 and Q3 we were nowhere. And I think that goes for most drivers on the grid. I think there was only very few drivers, probably Danny was the most consistent driver throughout that session, whereas everybody else was up and down, and unfortunately we were down when it mattered.
And so there's no understanding at the moment of that from the team. What sort of car have you had up until that point in practice as well? I mean, how's it felt around here?
No, it's not really down to the car, because if you take qualifying as an example, the car doesn't change at all. The only thing that changes is how the tyre interacts with the temperatures and your outlap and a bit of traffic maybe on your outlap, and it transforms it, and it's really frustrating when it's like that. But you know, at the end of the day we got it wrong, others got it right, so we can't be throwing our toys out the pram. But it was a real shame because we had high expectations for this weekend.
Got an investigation for you at the moment for being too slow on your outlap, failing to follow the race director's instructions. Are you aware of that? The maximum delta?
No, I wasn't aware of it, but I think it was in Q2. It's been a complete mess with everybody exiting the pits, and they ask us not to stop in the pit lane to get your gap, which means you have to then take your gap on track. And for me to go 10 miles an hour down the straight when cars are passing at 220, I think is a lot more dangerous than doing it in the pit lane. So yeah, I don't expect anything to come from it, but for sure a better solution needs to be found.
What about race pace tomorrow? What can you expect?
I mean, the race pace was really strong. I think we were one of the quickest, but we were saying our single lap was one of the quickest as well after FP3, and it truly was. And it just totally went away from us in qualifying. So it's going to be difficult. It's a very difficult track to overtake here. Brakes are going to be overheated, engine's going to be overheating. It's going to be a long afternoon, I think, but we'll be doing our best to try and beat those Ferraris.
Thank you. Thanks, appreciate it.